It is in the quieting of the mind, the still of the heart, that one reaches that which one perceives to be unreachable. In such moments, the seeker and the found unite. Such prayers within this union are answered before any utterance, for the will of the cosmos unifies with itself in agreement that it has already come to pass. Likewise, when one experiences the numinous, there is no space in between. It is not forgotten, but is showing reality as it truly exists. To the everyday person, such things appear as nonsense, fairy tales, myths, legends, yet to the spiritual, it is truth, reality as it really is. With this apparent dichotomy, the study of psychological phenomena aids us in seeing how the spiritual truth and event translate into behavior. This is the acid test. Anything that shows as inherently spiritual is proven by beneficent actions and attitudes aligned to thinking of others in an endearing manner. The believer will exhibit traits that are unexplainable to others, appearing miraculous, and they are. Yet to the non-believers it will be curious, at the very least, and to believers it will be obvious. The test, so to speak, is the common ground from the views of unbelief and belief. Each account will vary, but essential facts remain. Then it would be discerned if it is coincidence, miracle or otherwise. The unexplainable will fall in the realm of belief and miracle. The explained is simply that. Yet there is no denying that the event occurred. Ibn Arabi's claims, as well as Mansa's, regarding manifesting words into reality, stem from an idea placed beyond any modern religion, not even Islam. It is very much inherent in Christianity, yet predates this, which parenthetically is why people believe in spells. Words manifest reality, and belief is the energy behind it. Once more, the everyday person would consider such ideas as fanciful, yet when one considers how a question leads to an understanding, a request leads to action, the ignorant are granted a glimpse of the thought processes inherent in belief systems. Inasmuch as it may appear that the miraculous is subjective, to reiterate, each account will vary, but essential facts remain and can be discerned if it is coincidence, or otherwise. Even though there are historical accounts and reasoning, such as Gamaliel's in Acts 5:34-39, New Testament, the adjudication can be discerned in a contemporary context, whether it is miraculous or otherwise. If it be of God, then nothing will contradict it. Where natural events correlate to a contemporary incident, the same applies. Once again, I reiterate that the psychosis of a believer is equal to the reality of a reasonable person within the psychology. There is mental instability and sound-mindedness. The psychosis of one is the genius of another, hence the need to explore the moral and beneficence of the actions. In relation to the miraculous and war, any perceived enemy should be considered in this way. One should realize that ultimately, they are fighting their very self. Hence, Islam, amongst other beliefs, encourage a holy war in the midst of one's soul, so to refine a soul from malicious intent. There will be occasions where an enemy uses superstition or malfeasant practices which appear as magical acts or the miraculous, but the intended act of faith will have had nefarious sacrifices, or the suchlike, proportioned acts executed prior to the event. One such account is an historical anecdote of Herodotus, who recalls that Achaemenid Persians sacrificed an obscene amount of white horses prior to a particular battle. The Magian, a spiritual sect within Zoroastrian ideas, list many spells, incantations, and methods of achieving the act of faith. Moreover, they are a living library of spiritual traditions, lending their services to notable people such as kings. Observations, such as the aforementioned anecdote, breed the idea of dark arts, occulted knowledge and black magic. The difference, yet again, is tested by morality and any benefits gained or given by the process. To conclude, miraculous events may well be subjective, but any true miracle seeks to help and be positive. Like spiritual concepts, they have many layers, but the core message is intrinsic, whether understood at a mystical level, psychologically or practical level. An example: a certain man went to a field where he fell asleep. In his dream he saw a crow and a crane. A wolf came and ate the crane. The crow saw this and flew away. The man awoke and immediately saw a crow. Running to his village, he immediately yelled for the residents to run to the hills with their weapons. Within the hour, a horde destroyed the village on their way through from battle. To some, it was merely a dream, to others it was a warning from God. To more others, it was a miracle, yet to even more others it was coincidence. Yet, the fact remains that people were saved by an unexplainable coincidence, of which to believers is indeed a miracle.